All right, guys, we're going to be doing the front brakes on this. This is a Dodge Ram. It is a 2014 Dodge Ram diesel. We're going to be doing the front brakes and rotors on it, and we'll be doing the rear brakes as well. As well as the fuel filters. I'll show you how to do the fuel filters too. So follow me and we'll start this together. All right, guys, so these were kind of, you see how they're not moving freely? I think this was our problem with that wheel sticking. So what I'm going to do is do these brakes and make sure this is cleaned up real good, which I'll show you how to do that, and put some anti-seize on it before we stab it back in. And you know, of course, replace the rotors and the brakes. And so yeah, you want to make sure these are free at all times, because if these aren't free, this will cause a lot of problems and issues with your brakes. So we'll do that and give it a try. Worst case scenario, we'll have to change the caliper and bracket if it doesn't free up when we do the test drive. So next, we're going to pull this bracket off here. Let's go with a 15/16. So yeah, it's a 15/16. You'll get a 15/16, and by the way, the caliper itself was a 16mm wrench you're going to need. We're going to pull these out here, and we're going to clean these up. I'll show you how to clean them. And we're going to make sure they move freely. So you'll usually, if you have a bench grinder, you'll get the wire brush. You'll wire brush it real good. Alright, you'll clean them up real good, like so, and then we'll get some anti-seize and put it on there and move it in back and forth real good. We may have to spray some cleaner in there too, which I'll go ahead and do that right now. Spray in there real good. Oh man, I hope I didn't get that on the camera. Once you spray those, we got this stuff called Never Seize, and we'll put a little bit of this on those pins. Get this Never Seize, and you'll just put it on each pin. And what you want to do is you want to work it back and forth once we get all this on here, and you want to make sure they're moving free. If they don't move free, just replace it, you know, that way you don't run into any problems, because they'll be back in about 2 weeks if these aren't moving in and out freely, because it'll mess up the new rotor and everything. So yeah, see how they're moving back and forth free? This is like one of the most important parts of your brake job, man. If you don't get this right, man, it can screw the whole job up. So we got them moving free. Now we're going to pull the rotor off, clean that off real good. We're going to get this rotor off, and then we're going to go to the other side and do the other side. I'll be right back. All right, you'll get you a 15/16 socket. Well, hold on, y'all. Yeah, 15/16. Pull these out. All right, we got that bracket off here. And our rotor should come off now. Yeah, this truck has a spacer on it. Make sure you put that back if it has one. And we'll pull these tabs off here so this rotor will come. It should come right off after we're done. All right, guys, you're gonna get these little deals off here. I got a scribe and worked them backwards. And once I was able to work it out enough, then I would grab a hold of them with my dikes and rip them off. That's how I usually get them. Once you get all of them, the rotor will come right off. So just like that. So we got the rotor off. We'll check the bearing, make sure the bearing's good. It seems to be fine. So we'll go to the other side and tear the other side down while we're waiting on parts. But this was the bad rotor, and what made this go bad is the brakes were getting stuck. That wheel was having, I'm surprised that bearing's not bad because of what went down. So we'll go to the other side and do the other side and while we're waiting on parts. There's 14. You'll get you a 28 socket and a couple extensions, preferably 1/2 inch. But it's up to you on that. And I usually work it in between here. You see in between this harness and the dipstick here? I'll work the extension past it. And then like that, because it'll hold your extension straight while you're turning on it. Just like that. Let me get a light so I usually work the extension through this hole here and around behind the dipstick here. And then it goes down to the housing there. So it kind of keeps it straight, as you'll see whenever I do it. Yeah, I'm just checking this filter. I'm not going to replace it if it's still good. But well, from what he told me, it's been a year since he's replaced his fuel filters. That's a big no-no on a diesel. I can't believe he said he ain't replaced it, Lloyd. Yeah, see, this is not real dirty, guys, but it's still dirty. And he's probably replaced this one before a year, but that's dirty right there. But if it looks like a Coke bottle and you bring it out, that's really bad. That's probably why you're losing power. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this one, and we're gonna replace the bottom one. So I'll be back to show you how to do the bottom one. So here's a new one, guys. That's what a new one looks like. You get an O-ring with it. You'll pull this O-ring. Make sure this O-ring is seated when you're doing it, because I've seen I've done it where they not get seated and it'll start leaking fuel big time. So when you do it, double check your O-ring. Make sure it's seated right on your housing. So ours is seated. I went all the way around it and checked it, and put this new filter in there. Then you'll just tighten it back up. Now the bottom one's a little different. I'll show you how to do the bottom one too. So we got it tight. That come down. Sometimes this will be flopping around like this one because that plastic piece is broke there. So it's okay, it's not a big deal. You can zip tie it if you want. It's not going anywhere, as you can see. So there's what that top filter looks like after it's replaced. And next one we'll do the bottom one. I'll show you how to do the bottom filter next. Alright guys, so you'll leave your new filter up here for now. There's your number if you need it for the bottom filter. That's an okay brand to use as long as you change it regularly. Okay, so you'll get you a filter wrench right here. Get you a bucket underneath the truck. And there it is right there. See it? So what I do is I unplug it, number one. You unplug that sensor, the water and fuel sensor right there. Unplug that, and then what I do is I drain it. You'll open up this valve right here and let it drain down. And that's not fully drained yet, I know for a fact. So let that drain until it stops. And when it stops draining, then you'll take your band wrench right here and you'll loosen it up and take it out. And then I'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, get you a pair of channel locks and leave them up here with the filter. You're going to need them. And then we'll go down here with the band wrench right here. Hold on, baby. Get your band wrench. Looks like it's slowed down on the draining, so you'll tighten your drain plug back up there so it doesn't spill all over you, and then you'll get your band wrench and loosen it. Like so. Just like that. Hopefully I can do this with one hand. Without getting too wet. Oh. We'll make sure it's empty. And your arm will get wet with fuel, just so you know. So we got that pretty much empty. We're gonna come out here with it with those channel locks. I got a vise. If you don't have a device, you don't have to have one, but it makes the job a lot easier. Coast off. And then you'll just take this this water and fuel sensor out of the old filter. The new filter will come with two O-rings. One of them's for the top of the filter, the other one's for this water and fuel sensor. So you'll pull the O-ring off this one like that. You'll put your new O-ring on here. That. Then you'll screw your old sensor with your new O-ring on it back into the bottom of the filter first. And I always get the channel locks. Make sure your drain valve is tight too. And I get the channel locks, and I don't put it in a vise per se, but I make sure I'm holding on to it pretty tight. Take your channel locks, and I'm left-handed, so I'm sorry, but I'm tightening it. Make sure you tighten it. Alright, that's pretty tight. It should look like that once you're done. That's tight. Now your other O-ring goes here, like that. And now you'll just screw it on. Make sure you tighten it with the band wrench when you're tightening it back on. Give it a little quarter turn. Make sure it's tight. And plug your sensor back in when you're done. And that's it on the bottom fuel filter. You'll cycle the key probably 3 or 4 times before you start it, and it should be fine. These trucks usually don't have a problem starting. Thing we're going to do, we're going to be doing our prep work for our brakes. You're going to use this brake quiet spray that we spray on them, and you'll need some brake cleaner as well. So, and a rag. You'll need a rag as well. So get those 3 things. Get all your rotors ready and your pads ready to put this stuff on there. We'll start with our pads, so it gives it time to get sticky or whatnot and stick on there. So you get your brake quiet. And I buy this stuff from AutoZone. Pretty good stuff. And you'll just spray a little layer on the pads. Get you a little layer on them like that and let it sit. Then you'll go to your rotors over here, and they put some type of oil on them for packaging and everything, and to be able to sit on the shelf. So you're gonna get that stuff off of it. We'll just rinse it down, douse it with brake cleaner on one side here, and wipe it down real good. Then what we'll do is we'll flip it over to the other side, and we'll spray the other side down real good, and then wipe it off real good. This just gets all that oil, whatever that stuff they put on there is. So you'll do the same thing with the other rotor. Spray it real good. Wipe it down. Wipe that down. Pull that plastic off because it has oil on it. And we'll spray this other side. Yeah, they put some type of oil on it for a shelf. So you do that, and then we'll go ahead and install them next. Now we're going to install the brakes. We'll do the passenger side first, or driver side. Shop. Just call me later. Right now I'm real busy right now. Probably be fine though. What time are you thinking? Yeah, it'll probably be a couple hours before I have some free time. So probably, what time is it, Lloyd? 12:19. Yeah, just bring it whenever you get over here. I'll have Lloyd do it. All right, cool. All right, later. Chris, oil change. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and install these brakes and rotors. Get your rotor, slide it on there, and then you're going to put your bracket on next with your 15/16 bolts. We got the bracket installed here. Make sure your pins, like I said, were loose, because that'll screw up the whole job. So we'll put our pads on next. Huh? Some pads. They're kind of a booger to install, y'all, so just, I have to have two hands, so I'm trying to help. I got the first one in right there. Trying to give y'all some video here, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe that'll help, heck, I don't know. In any case, just make sure you take your time installing these pads. Don't rush it. Make sure you get your clips and whatnot. Sometimes they can be boogers, like this one. Got it. Alright, you got your pads installed there. You go ahead and put your, make sure if it has a spacer in there, he has rims, so make sure your spacer gets back on. Now you'll get you a C-clamp and your old brake pad, and we're going to collapse this caliper. You'll get an old brake pad like that. Get you a C-clamp, and you'll just collapse the brakes. Oops, not like that. Normally I do this when I tear it down. I forgot to do it. Alright, you'll get them collapsed like that, and then they should slide right on. Just like that. Make sure they're tight. Well, we got everything back together. Make sure your wires are back in their little spots there. Spacers on. And we'll put the wheel on this side. Floyd? Or he just got him to stick the tires out? He wants to watch.
To keep that tire from revving so bad.
Yeah.
Because them oversized tires, they probably rev like hell trying to.
Yeah. One oddball. So this one had oddballs. You probably won't have oddballs, but I got 3/4 oddball lug nuts on this thing. So I had to use 2 different size sockets. But normally you're going to be using 7/8 usually. And then my oddball. Alright, that takes care of this side. The other side I'm going to do in a time-lapse video, so because you pretty much know what to do about this side. So we'll do a time-lapse on the other side so it doesn't take as long. Yeah, we'll do a time-lapse on this side over here. So you'll get the 13mm wrench and a flathead screwdriver, whatever I did with it. Let's go find it. Need you a little flathead. Oh, there it is. You'll need this flathead, and you'll need, you might need some brake cleaner. I always clean it off a little bit. But we'll get the flathead, and we're going to collapse these pads so it's easier to get the caliper off. So I usually get a screwdriver and go right in between here like this and pull back just enough to be able to get the caliper out. Then we'll collapse them with the C-clamp. So once you do that, then we will break our caliper loose. By all means, if you have electric ratchets, you can use them. I have electric ratchets, but don't have to use them on this per se. Once you get the 2 bolts out there, get your flathead, and you're going to work it out. A little at a time. And we'll probably collapse it a little bit more. Like that. Like that. So it should come right off. Bam. So remember what I said. Check these. Look, they're seized up. These are seized up. So we're going to see if we can free these. If we can't free them, we got to get a new damn caliper and bracket. So I'm going to see if I can free them. If I can free them, then we'll be back after I get done. I'll show you how I did it. Guys, you get to learn stuff in real time here. So we tried our hardest to get these out. These are seized up, by the way. And this is, I believe this is the first domino that fell that caused the problem for the front. Because what's happening is these rear brakes aren't being used. They're not able to clamp down on this side over here, and it's causing it caused that one to overcompensate for this one, and it tore that one up doing that. So you can order just a bracket and hardware, the pins. I'm getting them from O'Reilly's. They carry them in all the places, but O'Reilly's happen to have it in stock. So I ordered just the bracket and the pins here, and that should take care of our problem. Before I ordered it, I went ahead and tore this other side down over here just to make sure that these weren't doing the same thing. And as you can see, I can sit here and spin it and spin it and spin it, and on this one it's moving as well. So we're not gonna have to replace this side per se. But like I said, these pins right here, if you're doing brakes, those pins are probably the most important part of the brake job. I can't stress that enough. You need to make sure these pins are moving freely in and out. Otherwise, it's not gonna work right. You're gonna end up having problems. And so they need to be moving free back and forth. So anyways, when we get that, I'll show you how to install everything, okay? All right, guys, you're gonna get you a 13/16 socket. If you're replacing the bracket like me, you'll get you a 13/16 socket, and we'll get us a ratchet here, some sort. Get us a ratchet, long neck ratchet. And so we ended up replacing this bracket. These are seized up so much that they won't slide. And so you can get you a new bracket if you have this problem at O'Reilly's, AutoZone, whatever. But make sure you order the pins too, because a lot of the brackets don't come with the pins. So you have to order the pins separate. So that's what we're doing here. And we'll be replacing the pads as well. And this should take care of this truck's brakes. They should work correct now. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and do the driver's side since we have the brake pads already in and we know that the bracket is good on this side. So we will go ahead and do this side real quick. There's that 13. Lord, I found that long 13. It's on the back end of this truck. It's a pain in the butt. It's up front. You gotta get it from the front. Give me a minute and I'll help you. Once you get the bracket off here, remember what we're going to do. We're going to clean these pins up like that. See, that one's dry. We're going to clean them up on the wheel and then put some Never Seeds on them and put them back in, and we shouldn't have no problems. We got these looking nice and clean now. We'll put some Never Seeds on and put them back, and we'll install our pads. So when you put them in, just make sure they're moving freely in and out. And those are good. Get your new pads. New pads, the clamps and everything are still good on this, so you don't have to do them if they're still good. Just like that. that. Now we'll collapse this. Hold on, Lloyd, I'll help you. I don't even think you're gonna be able to get your arm up in there. Use that 13mm wrench, tighten these up here. Make sure they're tight, everything is working. Next thing you'll do is put your wheel on and you're done on this side. Alright, hey, so...
rain tonight and it'd be a mess.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and install this. We got the new bracket in here. Make sure your slides move in and out freely. The new ones will not come with stuff on them, so you need to put some anti-seize on them before you install them. And so they're moving freely now. We're gonna go ahead and install these pads and get this sucker back on the road. Also, the new slides will come with new bolts too. It'll come with new bolts as well. So we'll go ahead and do this real quick. If I can find my ratchet. Make sure they're tight. It doesn't take a whole lot. And you'll get your new pads and get your new patties in. Patty waggies. Just like that. This one. This one. Just like that. We'll bring this one in. Remember, we collapsed our caliper with the C-clamp, so. Uh-oh. Might have to do it a little more. Sometimes it's hard to hold them and do it at the same time. Just like that. We're going to put our new bolts in. The new bolts are actually 14mm heads. Just so you know, for future reference, if you put new slides in, the ones that mine came with were, instead of 13mm heads, they're 14mm. Oops. Might have to hold back up if you're putting these new slides in, because they like to turn real easy. It's not a bad thing though. It's tight. Everything's tight. We got our new slides in, new bracket is on there. These brakes should work great. And after this, I'm going to show you once again. I always show everybody, but I'm going to show you how to break in your brake pads when we get the wheels back on. And I'll show you how to drive it and break them in, because that's also an important step too as well. So we'll get these wheels back on and we'll get this thing broken in, and then we can call the customer to come get it. All right guys, we're gonna make sure our cap is closed on this, make sure our fluid is full. We'll clean off any excess brake fluid that came out, because some people like to add to it thinking that they're low on brake fluid, when in reality you never run out of brake fluid. It just goes down as the calipers come out, and then when you push the calipers back up, you should go back up to max. So don't ever add brake fluid to your truck or car. If you're low, it's either means you need brakes or you have a leak, one of the two. So we're going to clean that off because a little bit came out, and then I'm going to show y'all how to break these brakes in. That's funny. We're going to break the brakes in. We're going to break these brakes in. Clean that off real good right there. First thing you're going to do when you get in the truck is pump the brakes until they get hard. If you don't do that, you put this thing in gear, you're not going to have brakes for the first 5 seconds. It'll scare you. Could cause a wreck as well. So you want to pump the brakes as soon as you get in the truck, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get in here. We're going to pump them up. All right, the brakes are tight now. We got our key, push button start. We'll wait on, we'll wait on that glow plug light to go off. It went off. All right. I forgot we changed the fuel filter, so it might die. We're going to go ahead and reset his fuel filter light. Alright, we got the fuel filter light done, so let's break these suckers in, huh? Be real careful here. I got a little tight spot in my shop, so you got to be real careful going in and out of my shop. So when breaking in your brakes, you want to take it up to about, we'll say 20 miles an hour first, and then we'll come to a complete stop. Just gradually get into them. Whenever you're going, and just go gradually brake until you come to a complete stop. So first we're going to do 20 miles an hour, or 30, I'm sorry, do 30 miles an hour. We're at 30, so we're going to gradually brake until we come to a complete stop. There we go, there's our first go. We're going to do 30 one more time. Then we're going to brake. Come to a complete stop. That's our second round of 30. Now we're going to bring it up to 40. Alright, we're at 40. Complete stop. All right, we'll do 40 one more time. I forgot I tuned this truck. It's got power. All right. All right, that should do it. That should break his brakes in. And I'm gonna do it one more time just for good measure. Bam. Cool. That should do it, y'all. I hope this video helped you. If it did, ooh, I smell brakes right now. If it helped you, please like and subscribe. Let me know how you liked it. If there's any other information I can help you with, just comment and I'll try and get to you as soon as possible. I typically check my YouTube once a day, so I won't mind helping you if you're stuck in a bind. So if you need anything, just holler at me. Everybody have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.